Connecting.
Hi!
What's going on, guys? It is day after Christmas and it's super rainy and gloomy and non-motivating.
Yeah.
We're gonna straight up. So we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram at the same time.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. We have already kind of had this conversation with a couple of different people and hear stuff and, at lunch and et cetera about, are we going to do more cardio next year? Are we, or we're here, first year I'm going to get in shape or really need to do something next year.
Crank harder.
Right. First and foremost, what we're here is to definitely not hate on that.
Right.
Because I think it's fantastic. If you're getting excited, you're getting motivated for the first of the year, great.
Yeah,
fantastic.
We're ready.
Whenever you have that natural kind of like already there motivation, 100% jump on it, use it. You ever see that meme and it's like before like December, it's like 4 people in the gym, and then it's like January and the gyms are crowded and it's a bunch of fit pros talking shit? I think that's the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
I'm super excited in January that people are excited to do something.
Yeah.
Like I want to be here and help everyone out. Come to the gym, get it going, let's go.
Yeah,
right?
We're ready for you.
We're ready. But I also kind of want to clear some air up about cardio and fat loss and strength training. It's a really noisy world about what to do and what not to do, and what's the best, and shouldn't I be doing this, and I've got to do cardio to lose weight, because we've been ingrained for decades and decades that is the solution
For fat loss.
for fat loss is to do cardio. Now, there are no absolutes, so we can't just say cardio isn't good for fat loss.
Right.
I mean, that isn't
right.
No.
No.
But what we want to do, first and foremost, anytime that we make a body composition change to get ourselves a larger version or a better version or a smaller version of ourselves, it all comes down to a balance of energy out, energy in.
Right.
Now, energy out, energy in is a very, very complex problem with multiple variables from both sides. So it's not just easy as do cardio, burn calories, burn fat. Right?
That's not,
At the very top, it does.
A little more complicated.
It's a lot more complicated than that.
Right.
Okay. On Instagram, I asked, is NEAT better than cardio for calorie burn?
Right.
And for the most part, the people who answered it all said NEAT. There's a few people that said cardio.
Right.
And then a couple of questions later, I asked, who knows, like, what is NEAT?
Right.
Right. And a lot of people are like, I don't know, what is that?
What is it?
Yeah. So NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
Right. So just us right now.
Right. If you look at a pie chart of our metabolism, resting metabolic rate, which is how much you burn just laying down, right? And then you have NEAT, which is daily movement, how often you're doing things, and then you have exercise. So resting metabolic rate has the biggest effect on how many calories you burn a day. So how much muscle do you have, and then how lean are you? So the more muscle you have, the leaner you are, the bigger you are, the more calories you consume daily.
Right.
The smaller version of yourself with the least amount of muscle, that's the least amount of calories you can burn off.
Right.
Simple. The next thing is NEAT. So NEAT actually accounts for more calories burned than exercise does in the entire ratio.
Right.
So,
because it's all the time.
Right. So going from a sedentary position into moving often will actually give you more of a result than just doing a bunch of cardio.
Right.
Does that make sense? So a lot of people, when they get to a plateau, we start asking, well, how often are you moving? How often are you sitting? How often are you walking? And this doesn't mean just go get your 10,000 steps a day, which is kind of an arbitrary made-up number by some one person in one study from one thing a long time ago. But it's all the little things adding up, right? Is it you park at the end of the parking lot? Is it that you go for a daily walk? Is it that you're sitting, kneeling, standing throughout the day at your desk?
Right.
It's that
making a lap around the office.
Right.
Or
Right. It's not taking, it's like carrying your own groceries to your car and to your house instead of using a buggy.
Right.
It's all these things,
Little things, yeah.
that make a big, big difference, and it's how often you do them. So literally, and you could use just moving around more often before cardio and have a better effect.
Yeah.
That makes sense? And, okay, I just saw like a thing pop through.
Do you want me to go on?
Yeah, go look. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking. Danielle's gonna scroll through, see if there's questions
I
on
have
the
a lot of energy coming in.
energy.
Hey, yeah, that's what it says. Keep going.
Okay,
Oh, sorry.
right. So neat. Now let's talk about cardio and fat loss. Well, what is the best cardio to do, and what's like? Should I be doing high intensity exercise? Because that's a very big keyword. You see a lot of the Orange Theory boot camps and CrossFits. That's what they're like leaning into, is a lot of high intensity cardio because you feel like you did something.
Right.
You're out of breath and you're dying. You're like, yes, I accomplished something.
I got such a good workout.
Such a good workout.
I'm dying. I can't breathe.
Dying, can't breathe.
Yeah.
Now, we are not hating on that form of exercise.
No.
But what we want to educate you that is not the only form or the only dependent form of exercise.
Right.
You don't need it to make the results.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
We use that at about, I don't know, 10 to 15% of our total program. Roughly. Right? And then we use the rest of it all some version of strength training.
Right.
Because we feel like that's the best result, sustainable for the longest amount of time.
For the longest time.
Right. Now, if you need to bump up a level, then sure, if you do 3 days a week of strength training and 1 day of this kind of mixed modality cardiovascular work, and you need a little more work, then you add in a second day of cardio, and then we're up to 5 days a week.
Right.
But we don't do that without the foundation of those 3 to 4 days of resistance training, of lifting weights. Not lifting weights to burn calories, but lifting weights to function better, to be stronger, to be fitter, to have muscles that look different, to have muscles that function more important. Like, again, how well are our muscles functioning? Are we getting rid of pain? Are we getting to a version of ourselves that is a better, athletic, more capable human version? That's what strength training is for. Cardio is to supplement those gaps, to fill in the gaps. But it's gotten this kind of this thing where that's what we do for fat loss.
Right, like I want to lose weight, so I'm going to go do cardio.
Yeah, and everyone's like the first things, right? I gotta lose weight, what do you do?
Cardio.
Right, you go running.
Right.
For a long time, that's what you do.
Right.
Nothing wrong with running, but we should be focused more on how well we're moving, doing strength training, and then adding the running into the piece of the fitness pie.
The fitness pie.
Right? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
And then the last thing that we're going to talk about, when it comes to cardio, we have high intensity cardio, we have the lists, like just going for a jog, and you have sprinting, and you have, working as hard as you can for so many minutes, 20, 30, 40 minutes at a time.
Interval stuff.
We have all sorts of variations of cardio. And which one is best? Technically, if you really get down to it, some sort of interval work is going to be the best, going from a high to a mid to a low intensity, back and forth. But when I say works the best, you have to realize that working the best compared to other forms of exercise and the amount of calories we burn or types of calories we burn is at such a small percentage that it's also maybe not the best use of our time.
Or per person.
Yeah, and per person, exactly. The other thing too is, what does high intensity exercise also sound like? High stress exercise.
If you are a very stressed out person,
the last
thing
you need to do is add more stress. So if you wear a heart rate monitor, we use them here in the gym, and you're always bouncing off of 80 and 90%, and you're burning the most amount of calories, and you're getting the most amount of work done.
Right.
Well, you're also adding all that stress to your body.
Right.
So it's good to do it every now and then. It's good to tiptoe in it, but we don't want to base all of our exercise around just that.
Right.
Because you can do that, and then we hear the same thing, right? What happens in February, March, the rest of the year? Why do we drop off? What happens to that motivation? What happens to that consistency? What happens to
We-
continually wanting to get in shape and get better?
We get exhausted and burnt out from
We get
just
exhausted,
cranking on
we get burnt
cardio
out,
in January.
Right, or we try too restrictive a diet, so we're like, I'm too tired of that.
I can't sustain this.
Right.
No one can. It's
Right,
not
and it
fun.
may not even be that you're saying, I can't sustain it. You just get there. You're like,
Yeah.
nope, tired of it. I want the real food.
This isn't fun.
This
I'm
isn't
tired of
fun.
broccoli and chicken.
Right, I'm tired of dying. I'm tired of
Tired of
just-
running.
I don't want you lose that motivation to go to the gym because you don't enjoy it as much.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we want to capitalize on the motivation for January. Right? We want to get into something. We want you to get into something. We want you to find something
Yeah.
that is the solution
That
that
you
helps
enjoy.
you find that balance of exercise and nutrition, that allows you to have long-term, sustainable, forever progress.
Forever. Long term.
Long-term progress.
Keywords.
Long-term
Long-term.
keywords. So that when it comes around to this time next year, you don't feel that same weight of, man, I got to get going in January.
Right.
You just say, you know what? I took one step back, kind of put a pause on my fitness and my nutrition through the holidays. I'm ready to get going again. And you're climbing a smaller mountain every January instead of tackling this big monster that is exercise.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense? Okay. Is there any questions? Do we have anything up there?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up. Anything?
Hi,
Any questions?
Candace.
Anyone?
Um.
Anyone? Bunch of people watching.
So many knowledge bombs. No, that's it.
Okay.
That's
Solid. Fantastic. We want to finish up. If there's no more questions, good. Feel free to tag anyone below that you find you think that would find this information useful.
Yep.
Or if you've had these conversations, I know you all have these conversations. Because when I'm at lunch every day, I creep on everybody around me with both ears.
He really does.
I listen to everyone.
I
and
talk to
listen.
myself at lunch because he's listening. To
Yes, and I'm
tables
studying and
others.
I'm watching and I'm listening to people. And these are the things that people talk about. And I want to make sure that I want people to be clear and I want people to be able to execute on these things without feeling like it's, too daunting of a thing
Right.
to do.
Too scary. Too much.
Right. So I know you have those conversations. Please share the video, tag them below, let them know. If they ever any questions, like later on when this is playing and re-looping through, if you have questions, ask them. We will get back to you as soon as we possibly can, and we will continue to clear up this mud and all this noise, this nonsense of the industry, which is really, really, it's a lot. There's a lot going on out there, right?
Yeah.
We are going to be doing, I see all the lights.
5-day reset.
Yeah. So speaking of, we're doing a 5-day reset, January 7th, and I know that initially sounds kind of like what in the world, but basically what we're going to do is we're just going to give you, some good recipes, a couple moderate kind of meal plans, and some accountability things, some motivational stuff.
Kind of a guideline to follow.
Yeah, and it's just we're going to have a private Facebook group. We're going to have an email. And it's just going to be daily accountability of, hey, here's some suggestions. Here, this might help. We're here for you. And let's use that motivation and let's get things going in a good direction. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get things going. So that'll be below. You
Yep.
can
Just
sign
sign
up
up.
below. Super simple. Nothing crazy.
It's for free.
It's all online. That's right. It's just we're here to help you out. There'll be some home workouts or some in-jump stuff you can do that'll keep you moving around. Safe. Easy,
Nothing crazy.
moderately demanding stuff. Nothing crazy, nothing that's going to be killing you, but nothing that's boring and I don't really feel anything type of stuff. Right, so 5-day resets below. It's also Bring a Friend Week next week into the studio.
Yeah.
You're all our friends.
Yeah, so come be my friend. Come work out with me.
Yeah, just hit us up. Come by, swing by, let us know you're going to be here. Come by 10 minutes early. We'd love to have a conversation with people before they exercise, just so we know their past, their experience, make sure you have both your elbows, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
We want to know you as a person before you come in and start moving around weights with us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. So come in.
Share.
Sign up below.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Have a strong evening.
Happy White Wednesday.